Hi there, lovely people. This is Serima of Kemet, Goddess of Justice, Truth, Balance, and Harmony. And today I'm going to talk about our donkeys, and mainly because donkey, as being referred as the beast of a burden, has become like nobody cares about our donkeys, nobody cares about this animal, and that is why they give this name the beast of a burden. People don't care about this animal, but this animal has been playing a very major role in our life. I don't know what is happening to our people, because currently we have seen four abattoirs um, by the Chinese citizen coming in Kenya, opening abattoirs here, and they have started slaughtering our donkeys. And let me tell you a story that I saw that ignited this thing that we people, we have become like savages. I was seated um, somewhere. Let me say I was in Kikuyu. Um, I was in Kikuyu Hospital, and I was waiting in these makeshift vibandas, waiting for heirs to my late mother-in-law. She passed on, and let me say that this woman left a very, very rich legacy. She was a woman of great wisdom and knowledge. She never divided people. She was very knowledgeable, and she harmoniously united the family. I've never talked about her, and during the time she was alive, for the days that I know her, I really respected that space of her for being so good to the people, being so good to us who are in that homestead. And may you rest in power, Mother Rachel, wherever you are. May you rest in power. Much respect for everything that you did while you are here under the sun. And that is when, okay, let me go back to the story where this story of the video that I'm making today, where it's coming from. And when I was seated there, these people, they came with they were about four guys, strong guys, armed with all crabs, rugus, and they had this cow. This cow had run away from Kikuyu Abattoir. You can see the distance for all those who know the distance from Kikuyu, Ndagureti, and where the hospital was. This cow had ran from this abattoir and has gone wild. And then they chased this cow. They managed to rope the cow, or tie the cow all around in the legs, in the neck, and then they came passing wherever I was, tainting this cow. And it was so sad because, like, when this cow came where I sat, it's like it sensed who I was, and it just stood there, and it was like it was telling me something. You need to do something to us, because these humans are uh, torturing us. They are just they don't care about us. They only care about the money they will get after slaughtering us. But these cows are passing a lot of painful experience in these abattoirs. Judging by the way they were mishandling this cow, it brought tears to my eyes. And then recently I saw this video. It's about this abattoir that has been opened in Barigo County. And the name of this abattoir is Goldex Kenya Limited. where the Rocos had gone to protest about the donkey, the way they are using their donkeys to thief. And then the thieves, or the thieves are taking these donkeys in these abattoirs, and the Chinese doesn't want to care where he's getting all this money, the donkey, where the donkeys are coming from, whether it's from Rocos. He doesn't give uh, zero facts. Sorry about my language, but I have to speak. I have to speak about this thing. And in this video, for those who have watched, you can go to Magical Kenya. That is where you get this video. Uh, when you see this video, you see how they are mishandling these donkeys, and the rate this donkey is being slaughtered, and the Chinese is all over there walking carelessly. And then there is these horrible scenes from this abattoir, and the local people who are doing this thing, slaughtering these donkeys, they don't give a damn of what they are doing, whether this money, they don't know where this money will come to haunt them later. They don't give a damn. And this is the kind of money that is leaving the cars, or just eating us, because it's a money which is not coming from a good source. Let me say that. Killing donkeys there. These Chinese are employing our own people there to kill our own donkeys. And this is very, very sad. And whatever the Chinese are getting here from this donkey, it's only the skin and meat. That is what they are saying. The meat is used to treat dizziness and anemia. So this is the same medicine they are going to make there, send them back here in Africa or here in Kenya for the sick people. And then we have the same skin. This is what they are using to make the shoes and the belts, the bags, and then they ship them back here in our country. This is what we are allowing foreigners to come for our donkeys. This is what they are coming to get, just killing our donkeys, and we are silent about this. Let me tell you a story that I had recently on Sunday. It's about a man who was beaten, and also the donkey broke his ribs. And this is very, very rare thing to hear or see happening. And what the local people did, they just killed the donkey and burnt the donkey without even going or digging deeper. That is why I'm saying our culture, we have to get our culture back, because if the people or the local people knew the culture, they will know the meaning, how this animal is wanted to communicate with the locals. It wanted to be heard, but instead of digging deeper, they just burnt the donkey. Sorry to say this, that at this time, and my condolences to the family who lost their father. I know it's not a good thing to hear an animal attacking a human and also killing, and mostly it's coming from a donkey we have been rearing, we have been using as a mode of transportation. Like in this place I'm staying, where I come from, we have been using a donkey for a very long time. We know how much worth a donkey is, how much it has helped us in our life. So it is like part of us. Another guy asked me, why don't you eat meat? Then I told this guy, when you look at this animal, what doesn't this animal do? It eats, it defecates, it breathes, the air we are breathing, it gives birth, it walks on fours. We have the four, uh, that is 2 arms and 2 legs. So they are, that is the reflection of us in in animal form. So there is no difference between you and that animal. And maybe by the way that this animal attacked that man, it is telling us that it's tired of staying with us, because all we do is that we are just torturing it. We also we are eating the donkey. The donkey meat has become like hot cake. People are slaughtering donkeys and sneaking them into the butcheries and selling this meat to unsuspected buyers who are coming to buy this meat. So you can see where the donkey aga is coming from. It is telling us that enough is enough, and this is how we have lost the other animals to their world. This is how we started. And even the dinosaurs, maybe this is the same way we started. That is why they are extinct even up to now as we speak. So you see where all this is coming from. So we need to come back to our senses and let's save our donkey. If we don't do this, we are going to lose this animal. This animal is going to go extinct. And we don't want this thing to happen. A donkey is a very important animal throughout the world, and also most particularly in Africa. It's a very, very important animal. I know this. Let me say, donkey are loving, caring animals, docile in nature, peaceful in nature, and less provoked. So that is the nature of the donkey, and whenever you look at the donkey, that is what you get. Although it has these fatal kickbacks, and this happens whenever it's tired, it doesn't want to do anything. That is the way it communicates to you. So let me say let me tell you that the abattoirs that are opened here in Kenya are the Goddess Kenya Limited, and then there is the Star Brilliant Abattoir in Naivasha. Then there is Sirsa Limited in Turkana, and then there is Fuhai in Machakos, all owned by the Chinese. And this is coming from a law which was enacted in 2012 by the government of Kenya. So they knew what they were doing. They knew the Chinese were coming here in Kenya and they had this interest. So they had to do something fishy, like enacting such kind of law in 2012 for the sake of our donkeys to be slaughtered. Those people who are using big cars, to them it's nothing. They don't know the benefits or the value of this donkey. That is why they can give away our donkey history to be slaughtered, tortured by these Chinese who doesn't give a damn about what they are doing. They are just here. They just came the other day, and the damages they have already caused to the Mother Earth, to our animals, to our people is unfathomable. And our readers here, they doesn't give a damn what they are doing. Let me ask, who gave this license? Who gave out this license to these abattoirs? Who allowed them in this country? And who is benefiting from this tax they are collecting? Because even the locals there, they just look worn out. Like, there is nothing that is this tax money that they are getting from these abattoirs. There is no way that it's helping the local people. So you can see this kind of money is just adding up to the big fishes, the politicians, the wealthy, the elite of Kenya. This is where this kind of money is adding up. This animal will go extinct, like the way the white rhino has gone extinct. And also these Chinese are also slaughtering our wild animals. And they are just passing through JKI without being nabbed or arrested. So police, do your work. If we don't take care of our animal, we are going to lose like everything. All our animals are going to go extinct with this kind of people here slaughtering. The population of a donkey, to what I read, is about 1.8 million. So I don't know how many there are remaining. With the kind of the video that you see from this abattoir, which is called the Goldex Kenya Limited, which is in Barigo, with the kind of the rate that they are slaughtering this animal, I don't know how many are going to survive this and how many we are going to be left with if we go on, because these Chinese are already starting to do their heinous thing in the continent. So I don't know, if we give like 10 years, there will be no donkey left. They will go extinct. And donkeys have low reproduction rates due to high spontaneous abortion and low fertility rates. They reproduce after 4 to 5 years. That is when you see, and even they go up to 10 years without reproducing. This is something that I have seen in my own family, because mostly when we buy donkeys, we buy like one donkey per household. We don't buy donkeys which is a male and a female, to keep them together. We just buy one donkey. So whenever we do this, we restrict the donkey to go on that natural mating. That is why I'm saying maybe the donkey are calling on to us by this thing they are doing to us, like biting. And also, like I said, they killed a man just recently. They want to be released to the world to go on their own. They don't want anything to do with us. And let me say that if we stop eating the other animals, since we are on the top of the other animals, that is, we were created and the other animals followed, maybe these animals, whatever they are doing in the world, killing each other, this would stop, because they are doing like whatever we are doing, this is what they are doing. So if we were to stop eating other animals, this will go, or will our animals, our wild animals will follow the same procedure, particularly the carnivorous one. So what I would like to ask the CS Agriculture, Mr. Munya, do something. I know you are addressing this issue, so do something about this. We have to revoke licenses to these abattoirs. These abattoirs have to close their premises. They have to pack their things and go back to their own country. Another thing is that stop referring our donkey as a beast of a burden, and trees, because this animal has contributed so much to humans. Stop calling these our donkeys as a beast of a burden. Remember, this is what even the politician like Atori, this is what he likes saying. This is for Puda. And by the way, sarcastically, the way he is the head of Kotu for all the workers, for all the slaves, this is what he has been saying sarcastically, calling people Puda. So you can see how the way people rose and doesn't give a damn about our donkey, the same thing they don't give a damn about us. And this is the animal which is helping us, since we don't have these big cars like the way they have. For them, they have the private choppers, and for us locals, the poor people, we have our donkey, we have our animal. So our animal doesn't deserve this, so you have to stop killing our animal. And where is KSPCA, which looks after the animals, the torture of our animal? You are sleeping on your job. There are so many tortures that are going on in the abattoirs all over Kenya, and you are just silent. There are so many animals that are suffering in the hearts of the people here, and you are just silent. We never see you doing your work, so you need to wake up. Donkeys are very important to us. That is in our home, mostly because they help us with carrying those extra baggages that we cannot carry. They help women so much because women have they are treated so much like donkeys nowadays. They are treated like slaves. Women are doing a lot of many job without being helped. So like fetching water, this is a chore for the women. So you can see where the donkey is coming. And with the animal fetching between 15,000 to 25,000 and even more, it has become like a hotcake for the thieves. Thieves are going all the way from Tanzania, Uganda, all over Kenya, stealing donkeys and taking these donkeys to the abattoirs. So you can see how the thieves are also collaborating with the Chinese there, doing unscrupulous trade of selling our donkeys. And this need to stop right away, because we cannot continue losing our donkey, our animal, to such kind of people who are heartless. So donkeys are very important to farmers and for those people living in the semi-arid area. They are very important because they are able to access in those terrains that modern transportation cannot access, those places that are inaccessible, they are very good at that. They can climb any mountain, any cliffs, they are very good at that. And also they are able to withstand the weather in such places like the semi-arid area. So if you don't stop killing of our donkey, the next thing they are going to come for is for the camel. So because the camel is so similar to the donkey, this is what they are going to come for. So we need to stop this thing right away. We cannot continue with such malicious in our country, in such thing for our animals. So, and also I would like to ask the Chinese people, because whenever they get this thing, they transport it back to their own country, that is the China. This is where the skin and the meat is heading up. What I would like you to do is stop eating every animal that comes your way. We have seen this in your own country, eating dogs, cats, snakes, every animal, bats, every animal have become a delicacy to you. What is happening to you, Chinese people? And this is your totem animal you are eating. Like for now, I know this is the ear of rat. So you need to stop this thing of eating animals that you don't know where it's coming from. Another thing I would like to tell people, especially the people of continent, that these animals are spirit of our ancestors. That is the totem also. That is whenever our ancestors or our beloved transition, some of the spirits go to the trees, some of the spirits go to these animals. So in return, they come back here to help us. Some goes to the spirit realm. That is where they are able to be our guardian angels. So we have been eating ourselves. We have been eating our ancestors without our knowledge, and that is why I'm saying we have to come in realization that this animal means everything to us. Another thing is that most of abattoirs in Kenya are not environment friendly. That is, they do pollute water and river. Like if you pass wherever there is abattoir, if you go to Dagoretti, you find this false smelling coming from the river. If you come to, there is that one in Limuru, Maguo now have become like a false stench that is always emanating from this water, and this is the same water we are drinking at the end of the day. Let me tell you, if you imagine how much the water we are drinking has, you cannot even just take a sip of that water, because water has everything, has pus, blood, medicine, all these things, it's adding up to the water. And this is the water we are drinking. That is why I'm saying we have to do something about our rivers and our lakes, because water is us. 75% of us are made of water. So we cannot continue with such kind of things. We cannot continue with such kind of things. I have to keep on saying this, because when I watched this video about the Goldex Kenya Limited, I couldn't control myself. I just shed tears. It was too much for me, just seeing those innocent animals passing through kind of this thing we are just subjecting them to. Please, humans, please, people, you have to wake up. So another thing is that donkeys are becoming more like stray animals. That is, they lack proper care. We just um, whenever they are in home, they are just loitering in towns. Most of them are loitering in towns unattended. And on sunny days, we never bother to give them water. You can find these donkeys being tied in the roadside. There is nowhere they can cater for, in case of, okay, for the shade. They are just there. And the owner will come at the evening, collect the donkey without giving it proper care. So provide our donkeys with fresh water, balanced diets, because they also need balanced diets. Most of the people doesn't give donkey uh, food because to them they are not important. So, and also the medical attention, they should be provided with proper medical attention in case of wounds. Donkey don't like wounds. And also provide donkey with cats that does not scratch them or hurt them. This is what I have seen with our people here. Yeah, having these cats that are always scratching their necks because this is where they put the donkey. And despite even that, having that wood, they doesn't want uh, to notice whether the donkey has the wood, and that thing is always scratching the donkey's the neck and wherever, maybe in the back because of the beating they get. So people, please remember our donkey, our animals, they are more like us. We have to treat them like they are part of our own life. What I would like to ask the government, please, these abattoirs, they have to be shut completely, and these Chinese has to be told to go back to their own countries. They have to go to their own countries. Enough is enough. So that is it, people. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe.